Yeah, but how often does that happen?
Complaining about sports? Not so great. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Wendy here. If you're looking to add a star player to your financial roster, you should take a look at SoFi's personal loans. SoFi's got some amazing moves that would be a valued addition to any team, like low fixed rates when you consolidate your debt, no fees required, and as soon as same-day funding. View your rate at SoFi.com/roster to get started. Loans originated by SoFi Bank, N.A. member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply at SoFi.com/roster. NMLS 696891.
This season, the Bucks are going for it all.
A game winner for the Greek Freak.
Go inside the team's pursuit of a championship on Locked In, the new season of the Behind the Bucks podcast, narrated by Bucks legend Marcus Johnson. Hear from the team stars on why they think they can make history. It's all on Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the new ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Hey sports fans, looking to level up your next private event? V Private Bar Services is your game changer. Move beyond the ordinary. V Private Bar Services crafts custom cocktails tailored to your brand and your guests' taste. Imagine a bar experience that's as unique as your business. Our expert mixologists will create a memorable experience that your clients and team will rave about. From signature cocktails to full-service bars, we've got you covered. Be the MVP of your next event. Visit vprivatebar.com to book today.
Game days are here, and your car needs to look as ready as you do. Before you hit the stadium, surf to Tsunami Express Car Wash, the ultimate pre-game stop to roll in clean and confident. Our state-of-the-art tunnels treat, clean, protect, and dry every car to perfection. With 7 Milwaukee area locations, including our newest in New Berlin, we are wherever you need us. Sign up online, and your first wash is absolutely free. That's a $25 value on the house. Claim your free wash today at TsunamiExpress.com. Tsunami Express Car Wash. Wash, chill, repeat.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here with an offer for a bath or shower remodel from Kohler Services. Family owned for 150 years, Kohler is your Wisconsin manufacturer providing care for life. And this month only, get 0 interest financing for 12 months and a free shower door with your Lugstone shower remodel. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote with fast, professional installation always included. That's KohlerServicesWI.com.
Whether you're hitting the road for the holidays or heading up north to see family and friends, make Higher Love Cannabis Company in Menominee, Michigan your first stop. Just across the Wisconsin border, Higher Love offers award-winning, organically grown products that you can trust, plus new incense, apparel, and holiday-ready gifts. Fuel your trip, stock up for the season, and don't forget to grab a photo with Sasquatch while you're here. Your perfect holiday stop is waiting at findhigherlove.com/CBD.
Retail stores may be easy to shop at, but nothing beats a gift that lasts. Give the gift of basketball with Precision Sports Services. Get 10% off any basketball hoop and installation package now through the new year. Premium products, professional in-house installation. Visit PrecisionSportsServicesOnline.com and make your holidays a slam dunk.
You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI and WKTI-HD Milwaukee, a Good Karma Brands radio station. Showtime. The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamora. Here's Jen Latta.
Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and all that jazz to all of y'all out there. Can I ask you guys a question?
Please.
My 6-year-old posed this to me. She said, Mommy, why don't we say Merry for the other holidays? And I was like this.
Parenthood, Jen, is making me sound really stupid. I have a 2-month-old son. He's the best. I'm explaining things to him. The other day, my wife said, Brian, will you explain what elves are to your baby son? And I was lost. Like, try to explain an elf to somebody who doesn't know what anything is. So there's these little guys that work for Santa, and then you start explaining what Santa is, and who Santa is, and all of a sudden you look like an idiot.
Listen, I have no doubt that your child is going to be advanced. I mean, you and Shawnee are the parents, but you could hold off on some of these lessons, Brian. You could hold off on the elves.
Let's just stick to first downs, who Josh Allen is,
Fair.
things of this nature.
He has a stuffed cow, like a stuffed animal. Imagine how confusing that must be to somebody who's never seen a real cow. That's crazy.
It's never occurred to me, actually. Well, just think cows are actually, they're around here in Wisconsin. He might be staring out the window of the vehicle and see a cow, right? And put two and two together. What about the axolotl? What about that, huh?
What word was that?
That's right. The axolotl. It's a very trendy stuffed animal these days. My kids have never seen an axolotl. You know how I know that? I've never seen an axolotl. Okay?
You're making up words. As far as I'm concerned, you're making up words and things right now.
Oh, yeah, just throwing some combination of vowels and consonants together.
A spelling bee. Can we get a script spelling bee?
100% no. It's like axolotl.
What the hell is this thing?
I would
It's
love
a
to fact
water
check you.
animal. Oh my gosh.
I would love to fact check. I don't even know what word.
Is it like a dinosaur?
axolotl. It's an amphibian. Listen, I didn't know what this was until a few years ago when all of a sudden my kids started bringing stuff home with axolotls on them.
Is this like a new amphibian that they discovered since I've been in school?
They just created it. It's like the dinosaurs, right? There used to be 5 dinosaurs.
That is, and again, just being around nieces and nephews and friends who have kids who are into dinosaurs. Dinosaurs are drastically different than what I learned about in school.
Significantly, right?
This thing's kind of cute. It looks like a real life Pokemon.
Oh, and Big Axolotl is doing all kinds of marketing. I mean, they are.
I didn't realize they had a lobby.
Do they taste good? Can you like deep fry them on Friday nights?
Oh,
Eat
like
them with
calamari?
old fashions and stuff? Yeah.
Add it to the rotation of fish fry.
They're good with rye.
If you want to traumatize your young children and nephews and nieces, sure, try at Christmas this year.
Can I get
putting a plate of calamari on the table and telling the kiddos it's an axolotl.
Can I get the beer battered axolotl, please, with a brandy old fashioned sweet?
We should put it on the poll. Do you know what an axolotl is? And I guarantee anyone who says yes is because they have children. But back to my original question, why don't we say Merry for any other holidays? Why isn't it Merry New Year's? Why isn't it Merry Thanksgiving? Merry Birthday? How did Happy steal the show?
I don't know.
That's exactly what I said.
I mean, I don't know if you were waiting for me to have any sort of explanation. I'm guessing because this is.
And why do the British do Happy Christmas? Like in Harry Potter, they all Happy Christmas, Harry. You know,
that's true. I hadn't even thought about that.
They flip it.
So this is like an American thing that we decided to do. Who knows when?
Again, I don't know why you're looking at me. I don't have all the answers.
Well, 100%. So this is what I said to her. I said, honey, I don't know. That's a really good question.
Wait. The British have to do, because like Christmas Carol, they're saying Merry Christmas. That's taking place over there. That's not happening here. So they changed at some point from Merry to Happy. They just decided to just throw out Merry altogether.
Again, we're talking about the word, not the person. Want to make sure we're clear on this. There is no throwing out of the woman Mary. It's Merry Christmas instead of Happy Christmas due to historical language evolution, where merry meant joyful and festive revelry, fitting Christmas's rowdy celebrations, while happy originally meant lucky. The phrase was cemented in North America by Dickens' writings and early colonists, but Happy Christmas remains common in the UK, showing regional differences in linguistic change. I still don't know who started it. So they're saying that Charles Dickens was responsible for Merry Christmas?
Kind of seems like it.
I think
again, Christmas Carol makes sense.
I like Merry. I think I might start adopting Merry for these other, break the mold a little bit here. Start saying Merry New Year's to people.
Merry 4th of July.
Merry 4th of July. I think we're going to do it. First of all, you know I love being a contrarian, so one.
But second of all, I also know you don't have enough brain power to remember this. You got so many other things going on in your life. There's no way you remember this 6 months from now when it's the 4th of July.
God, that's an excellent point by you. Although I do think the closer we get to each holiday, there might be some, reminder spark. The neurons in the brain will find a pathway and then go, hey, remember back a couple days before Christmas when you said you were going to adopt Merry as the salutation, as your greeting of choice? Do you think anyone would join in?
No.
So what you're saying is I'm not that influential.
Well, because I don't know if I want a merry birthday. Like a happy birthday is fine. Like merry seems a little much. It's not that important.
It doesn't feel like an axolotl people are going to be in your camp.
Is that a lottle? You did a lottle
He did,
there?
yes, yeah, uh-huh.
So just so you know, I have had people in my life who use my last name in that same vein.
Oh.
You know?
Well, it's Latta, isn't it?
Well, it is, but they don't care.
If they need to get it for a pun.
How many pizzas did you order? Oh, we ordered a lot of them. And I'm like, oh, good.
You got it.
Good job.
Cool.
That's exactly how people
First
are going
time
to
I've
react
ever heard that one.
when I say Merry Birthday to them, by the way.
Again, like birthday, maybe Merry 4th of July, but again, I don't need a Merry birthday. Again, like you said, Mary's for this big festive thing for Christmas. I don't need my birthday, rivaling Jesus.
I just don't know how Mary got the distinction for Christmas and no other holiday. I think you could say Merry Thanksgiving, although Thanksgiving is controversial in its own way these days. But the holidays are here. Everybody's traveling and visiting loved ones and got things to do. Gabe, it sounds like you have quite a merry party on your hands all of a sudden.
I don't know how this thing spiraled out of hand. Like, I really don't. Because so in my family, like the big Neitzel family holiday around this time is always Thanksgiving. Go up to Horicon, my aunts and uncles, my sisters, their kids. Like it's a huge thing. And it's always been that way. And for Christmas, then for like me, my sisters, my mom and dad, it's just, we'll kind of figure out where it fits, when my younger sister has to go visit, her husband's family. Same thing with the older sister. We'll just figure it out. So this year it's the 27th. We're going, the Saturday after Christmas is when my family's getting together. So that means Christmas was wide open. So I just thought, well, me and Z, my wife, we're just going to be sitting at home. Well, just see what my parents are doing. Hey, you want to come down? We just hang out. If you guys are up there, why spend Christmas alone? We can get together. Okay, yeah, sure, they'll come down. Okay. Then my wife asks friends of ours that we used to live with. They had the duplex where they lived upstairs. We were downstairs. They've got 3 kids. They weren't going anywhere for Christmas, apparently. Oh, just should come over. Yeah, we'll come over. All right. Well, then their neighbor.
Hold on. I want to make sure I'm following the math here.
Okay.
It was 2.
Yep.
Now it's 4. Now it's 7. How many kids do they have? 2?
3.
They have 3 kids.
3.
So now it's 9.
Yeah. So then,
I feel an and then coming on here.
Yeah, we're not at the end here. So their neighbor's a really good friend of ours as well. We see him all the time. Well, if we're inviting that group, we got to invite him. And then another friend, like she was going to be home alone, but then she might be bringing her grandmother with her. And she got invited. And then I knew if I didn't ask my sister who lives in West Bend, if I don't invite her, my mom's going to ask, well, why didn't you ask, Kelsey to come? So I invited her and her family, and they've got 2 kids. So all of a sudden, I've got a Christmas party on my hands on Thursday.
I'm still trying to follow the numbers. I was at 9, and then you added, was it 3 or?
3, and then
12.
4.
And 4 is 16.
Yeah, 16, I think that's about right.
16 people. You went from you and your wife having just a cozy little Merry Christmas to basically throwing a full-on rager.
That is correct.
How do you handle the logistics of that? And again, I'm not saying that you're like, I don't want all these people here. Obviously, you wouldn't have invited them had you not wanted to spend some time with them, see them, celebrate the holidays, etc. But logistically now, what are we doing for food? Where are we sitting, everyone? Do you have seating for 16 folks to be sort of kind of congregated in one area?
I mean, there's no way we're going to be able to sit down all and have a meal together. So it's just kind of grab and, if you want to sit at the table, we've got room in the kitchen on our island with the counter there. So we'll figure it out, the kids. So I decided already that I wanted to smoke a rib roast. So we're going to have some prime rib.
You want to smoke something, I'll tell you. With 16 people in your house on Christmas, you're going to want to smoke something.
So we were going to have prime rib, but the kiddos aren't going to eat a smoked prime rib. So we're going to get some chicken tenders and just throw that in the air fryer for the kiddos. So, you're going to want to sit down. You're not going to be standing and trying to cut your, piece of steak. So I knew I was going to do that. So I had to make sure when I bought that, had to get a little bit bigger than I was initially planning. And literally today, I'm going to be baking all day. Making a cheesecake, making a pumpkin pie. Then my wife's like, well, this sweet potato pie kind of looks good. All right, I'll add it to the list. I got nothing else going on today after the show. So literally I'm baking all day today.
Well, listen, I appreciate the effort that you're throwing into it, but why not just swing over to Costco and grab yourself a pumpkin pie and a sweet potato pie? Could you do that to save yourself a little work here?
Why would I do that?
Holy moly. The look he just shot me when I suggested he buy.
How dare
Brian,
you?
can you save me here? Can you?
Outrageous.
How
that you would
dare
even
you?
suggest.
What?
that-
Seriously?
If I can't imagine what would happen if my grandmother found out that I just decided to supply store-bought pies. Like all the effort she's put in Christmas and Thanksgiving over the years with all the different, homemade stuff that she has made. Like, no, I cannot do that to my poor 93-year-old Marquette-loving grandmother.
Forget your grandmother. One of your best friends on the planet, yours and mine, is a prolific baker.
Yes.
If he got wind of the fact that you were using store-bought treats, he would disown you.
No, he wouldn't. You know what he would do?
He'd stop by and
he'd stop by with something.
Drop one off.
He would drop one off.
If
Is what he would do.
If he's listening right now, he's going to. I know that he's in Florida right now. He might fly back just to do it.
So, yes, that is what would happen in that situation. He would also be disappointed in me, yes.
Folks on the Carbless Talk and Text line, 800-990-3776, are now wondering where their invite is for the Gabe Neitzel holiday extravaganza that is apparently taking place.
I commend him because it seems like a lot of people don't have holiday plans and they just want somebody to ask. And Gabe, Gabe asked this year.
It spiraled out of control.
Here's another thing that you brought up. The kids with the separate meals, man, right? Back in the day, if my parents made food for the holidays, that's what we were eating. That's what everyone was eating. There was none of this, we've made this meal, but what would you like, sweet child, right? But we're experiencing that. We're going to my sister, my brother, and my sister-in-law's for Christmas, and they're making, I think, a Greek dinner for Christmas Eve, right? So it's Greek chicken and potatoes and all of those types of fixins. And
sounds really good.
Dario, my husband, says to me, our kids aren't going to eat Greek chicken and potatoes. Like, they're on a strict noodles, chicken fingers, cheeseburgers diet right now. It's just the phase of life that we are in, right? And so to avoid the meltdowns that inevitably take place when how dare you suggest something else, we've sort of we're like, look, they got meat. They got, there's their pasta. They got a little carbs going on there. So we feel like we've covered some of the bases. But this idea of extra separate meals for the kids, it's a wild world out there, guys. The fact that you're making a separate chicken tenders meal for any of the kiddos who might be there just says where we are.
But it also feels like, because again, I want, if you're coming over, and you're coming with your kids, like, I want my friends to be able to relax too, instead of sitting there having to cut up the steak for the kid. Because the kids, most of them are under 5. There's going to be a couple that aren't, but most are going to be under 5. It's not like they're sitting there cutting their own steak. Right? So it's just easier to go, here you go, kids. Here's your meal. I feel that's easier and more relaxing for everyone involved instead of worrying are they going to eat the steak? Do I have to cut the steak? What else are they going to eat? No, you just give them what they like and everyone's going to be happy.
Now I'm thinking about a 5-year-old coming back to you with a plate of steak going, excuse me, Mr. Gabe, this was medium rare. I would like it medium, please.
Sorry, kid. It's medium rare. That's what the roast is, pal.
What a headache for you.
Well, and then the next layer is, and it doesn't sound like Gabe's festivities are going to go this route, but what do you do when people are sleeping over? Right? Like, we don't have wings of our house. We don't, there aren't other separate bedrooms where you can put people. The other thing is like, hey, how do you feel about this couch? How do you feel about this couch? How do you feel about, and we're moving the kids and then somebody's sleeping in the kids' bedroom and all of that type of stuff. It's all of the logistics that go on. And I applaud anybody this time of year who is hosting for the holidays. Because you know what's happening in the days before the holidays, right? Some poor husband schmuck is cleaning toilets and cleaning the refrigerator and changing the sheets because the wife is sitting there militant style, barking orders because you got people coming over and we can't have a messy house with folks coming over.
This is where we really miss Joshy and Mussolini because that's happening in their household right now.
All against Joshy's
will.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
Good thing Joshy has a radio show that he can come on and talk about that because I get the impression he never really raises a stink at home. Yeah. I get the impression he's just sort of like,
well, because at that point,
steers his way through it.
He's just, what's the point, right? So he just does but he wants to get it off his chest. It doesn't do it any good to get off his chest at home. That's just going to cause more trouble.
It's Brian D. It's Gabe Neitzel. It's Jen Latta. Lots of folks on the YouTube stream saying, who the hell is Jen Latta? Funny. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Oh, sorry, it's ho, ho, ho this time.
There you
My
go.
bad. Chewy is out today. We got a lot of stuff to get to, of course, previewing the Packers-Ravens game. Who the hell's playing quarterback? Have we figured that out? I guess we'll get some answers today as the Packers are back at practice. Lots of stuff going on. Stick around. Jen, Gabe, and Chewy rolls on.
This is an event I am extremely excited about because you can join wrestling legend Kevin Nash January 31st at Potawatomi Casino Hotel for an elevated viewing experience of the Royal Rumble. I am going to be there. GKW, our podcast, is going to be there, and you can watch your your favorite WWE superstars battle it out in the match of the year. The watch party going to be located in the annex of Potawatomi Casino for just $100 a person. Here's what you get. 2 complimentary drink tickets, unlimited buffet access, a photo and autograph with the legend himself, Kevin Nash, $25 reward or match play to your favorite games on Potawatomi, and a shot at winning your own WWE Championship belt. That's what's going on with the Royal Rumble Watch Party at Potawatomi Casino Hotel on January 31st. Secure your spot today by visiting their website.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
Westbound 94 is a bit tight heading through the stadium, interchange to Mitchell Boulevard. Eastbound's backing up from 70th Street towards Hawley Road with an accident on 894. Westbound at about 27th Street. Luckily, it's out of traffic on the right. The rest of the system is looking pretty good. Nice and quiet out there. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, mostly sunny, a high of 42 tonight, increasing clouds, a low of 29. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Kyle Bruston Nortman.
Transformers, Megan Fox.
No, I would say Megan Fox, are all good, but 7:45 is time to go. You got to transform your ass up out of here.
KVN.
You have to give him so much credit for the confidence in his players. I thought the game plan, it was an incredibly balanced game plan, but one that was more tilted toward Jordan Love to be able to go out there and just cook.
Kyle Bruston Nortman. Afternoons from 2 to 5 on 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
It's Jason Wilde from Wilde & Tausch. Upgrade your industrial supply services with Lakeland Supply, your trusted ISO-certified partner for custom packaging, shipping supplies, janitorial, and safety supply solutions. With over 40 years of industry excellence, Lakeland Supply is a proven one-stop source with over 95% of their products made in the U.S., and they treat their customers like family. Personalized service with a national reach. That's what Lakeland Supply does. Visit lakelandsupply.com to discover how they can make your business better.
College hockey fans, get ready because the ice is heating up in Milwaukee for the Quick Trip Holiday Face-Off. 4 powerhouse programs, 2 action-packed days, 1 champion. It's Wisconsin, Boston College, Lake Superior State, and the defending national champion, Western Michigan. Battling it out December 28th and 29th at Fiserv Forum. Feel every bone-rattling hit and every clutch goal as these elite programs collide for holiday bragging rights. Tickets are moving fast. Grab yours today at Ticketmaster.com or the Fiserv Forum box office. The Quick Trip Holiday Face-Off. 4 teams, 1 trophy. Who will own the ice?
Something exciting is happening at St. Kate the Arts Hotel. On the 2nd floor, you'll find the Studio Kitchen and Cocktails, Milwaukee's destination for bold flavors, fresh sushi, seasonal entrees, and cocktails crafted with care. Start your day with a breakfast that fuels you, stop in for dinner that sparks conversation, or linger late into the evening with drinks designed to inspire. With flavors and drinks for every mood, the Studio is the perfect place to gather, celebrate, and connect. Be boldly social. The Studio Kitchen and Cocktails, now on the 2nd floor at St. Kate the Arts Hotel.
Hey, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Buying a roof, siding, or windows can feel overwhelming. Hidden costs, confusing contracts. We don't play that game. We educate you so you can decide. And when you know the facts, Infinity Exteriors is the clear choice. Since 1997, we've installed peace of mind with no surprise upcharges, flexible budgets, and immediate financing. Infinity Exteriors, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
The pursuit of fair wages and top-of-the-line benefits is achieved when the right union has your back. The Sheet Metal Workers Labor Union is extremely diverse, representing Wisconsinites working HVAC, architectural metals, welding, specialty fabrication, and much more. Make great living wages with outstanding benefits, pensions, and apprenticeship programs in trained, safe working environments. The Sheet Metal Workers Union is a leading force in the revitalization of the labor movement in Wisconsin.
It's Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Bumble is a
Tuna.
dating app.
It's tuna.
I love tuna. I had some last night.
How do you eat your tuna?
Can we, for once, grow up on this show?
On 94.5 ESPN.
Ready, down, put.
All Packers, all the time.
He was a field-tilting player, and the reason why Gabe and many others are so concerned is that This guy's on the field. He changes the offensive dynamic. They are a different offense when he is there.
Okay, most of the time.
You know, Homer calls Matt LaFleur soft all the time. Matt LaFleur is like Vince Lombardi compared to me.
It's Jason Wilde on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Jason Wilde is brought to you by Lakeland Supply. Lakeland Supply is in business to make your business better. Set up a free packaging and supply chain assessment at lakelandsupply.com. Exterior Pros. Ready to tackle your home improvement project? Exterior Pros and Baths is giving $3,000 off roofing, siding, windows, or bath remodels this month. Visit extpros.com. Also brought to you by Century Foods. Change your grocery game plan to locally owned Century Foods, home of the best meat, freshest produce, and tastiest treats.
Feels like an especially good week to get some insight from our friend and teammate, Jason Wilde. Good morning, Jason. Merry Christmas. How are you doing today?
I'm good, everybody. How are you?
I'm good. I got some crackling.
Yeah, might not be the best connection there from Jason. Yeah.
All right, Jason, we're going to call you back. In the meantime, I was just telling Gabe during the break, as expected, you guys ever do the Google Trends where you search something and just see how often or where in the country something is being searched for? Well, I threw the words Clayton Tune into the old Google Trends. In a shocking development, it has significantly spiked. The interest in Clayton Tune has significantly spiked in the last few days, with the majority of the inquiries coming from the great state of Wisconsin. Good morning, Jason. How you doing?
Crackly.
Still good. Just like a warm fire on Christmas Eve, crackling. I was just telling the guys that I did the Google Trends on Clayton Tune, and in a non-shocking development, the majority of the inquiries are coming from the great state of Wisconsin, and they have significantly spiked in the last 24 hours as people try to figure out who might be playing quarterback. Even today at practice, what do you think we'll see at practice today from the quarterback situation with Jordan Love dealing with the concussion and Malik dealing with the shoulder injury?
Yeah, I was wondering the same thing until Matt LaFleur decided to do a walkthrough, so we won't see anything at practice.
Excellent. Wonderful.
I wonder if that's part of his thought process. Now, there is practice tomorrow. Paula is thrilled that we'll have assistant coaches till almost 5 o'clock on Christmas Eve. But I'm eager to find out too. I've talked to Clayton Tune before, so I haven't had to Google him, but I'm very curious to see how this week plays out because, as we know, one win and they're in, and you would certainly like to have, if not Jordan Love available, Malik Willis available. So I think at the end of the week we'll find that, again, I don't know exactly where Jordan Love is at in the concussion protocol, but reading the tea leaves a little bit, the way he bounced up, kind of the things that Matt LaFleur has said cautiously, not wanting to violate the NFL's concussion protocol rules. I feel more encouraged than discouraged that Love will clear the protocol in time to play. But again, that's purely an educated guess.
Yeah, I guess I just operate in the space of the majority of time that somebody gets a concussion, they don't play the next week. But yeah, I know Devontae did it. I think Devontae even did it on a short week, Jason. But I feel like that's more the exception than the rule, as we saw even last week with Josh Wiley.
Yeah, I think the fact that, as far as I know anyway, Jordan does not have a documented concussion on his medical chart, at least from the NFL. And again, not that he proved anything by bouncing up and sprinting into the blue tent, because obviously he was subsequently ruled out. And the way Matt LaFleur answered a question on Sunday, I am encouraged. I'm not saying he will definitely play, but it does help, right, that it's a regular 7-day week, right? Last week, if he, I don't know how close Wiley was, but they obviously go Sunday to Saturday. That gives you one less day to clear all the hurdles you need to clear.
Jason Wilde joining us here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Jason, any I'm struggling for reasons to be optimistic at this point. And it's not because I don't think the Packers were a good team. It's not because I don't think that they could have made a run in the postseason. But man, does it seem like the injury bug has bit them hard this time of year. Why should I be optimistic about the Packers' chances in the game against the Ravens this weekend?
Yeah, look, because the Ravens have similar problems, right? I mean, they've dealt with a ton of injuries, and their quarterback missed some extended time. I don't know what it'll look like. I know John Harbaugh said that Lamar Jackson is day-to-day, so we'll have to wait and see what that exactly looks like and whether they go with Snoop Huntley or if Lamar Jackson is ready to go. They obviously have things to play for too, right? I mean, they lose and they're done. So they're trying to keep hope alive and make that last week game against Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers meaningful. But I think I'm hopeful that when I go to Lambeau today and talk to some folks, including Matt LaFleur, that, there'll be maybe a more encouraging tone yet. And if that happens, then obviously you feel a lot better about their chances. But yeah, this is like when he said that Malik Willis, because I didn't watch the broadcast obviously with Brady, but I think someone told me that Brady was talking about how it was clear that his shoulder was injured. I didn't realize that, frankly, until Matt LaFleur mentioned it.
Yeah, so they showed the replay because it happened on the last play of regulation, Jason, where he took the sack and he landed right on his shoulder. And right before overtime, Tom had mentioned that he saw Malik throwing on the sideline and his motion was considerably different. That's what Tom Brady had said.
Well, and I know people are mixed on him, but that's good insight. So good on you, Tom. Look, if you're down to Clayton Tune, and I don't know if if it's bad enough, do you have to go out and get somebody else? You have to figure out where Sean Clifford is right now or something? Again, today will be an important day to at least get a feel for where they're at. And then obviously, today's a walkthrough. Tomorrow is an actual practice. So we'll have to wait and see if anybody does anything when we get to tomorrow.
Yeah, because even your emergency quarterback's beat up. Josh Jacobs dealing with the knee injury. So it's not a great situation. But tight end, Jason, I know you had jokingly asked about Big Dog, Mercedes Lewis. What are they actually going to do with that? Because they only have 2 tight ends that are healthy on the roster after the torn Achilles of John Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, another great question. I feel like I have very few answers for you today. They have 2 tight ends on their practice squad, Drake Dabney and McCallan Castles, which is, 30 seasons. I've never heard a name close to that. And we don't talk to practice squad guys. They're technically off limits. If he gets promoted, one of my first questions is, tell me the history behind your name. So it'll be interesting to see that. But I wasn't entirely kidding when I said, Mercedes Lewis. I mean, he's been with the Broncos now for a few weeks. They released him from the 53, put him on the practice squad. Matt LaFleur loves him. Unfortunately, he's only about 67 years old in Goody's mind. I mean, if you're 30, Goody doesn't want you. If you're 41 or whatever he is, imagine how little. I mean, look, he should have been on this team for longer than he was, right? LaFleur absolutely loves them. They draft 2 tight ends in 2023. I think Big Dog's last year was Rodgers last year in 22 here. Mm-hmm. You're telling me that he wouldn't have been great for Lord knows he's not going to take up a lot of passing snaps at this point in his career. He would have been great for Luke Musgrave and Tucker Kraft. And I know Tucker Kraft developed amazingly without an old guy on the roster, but I still, and it's not like I've got a super close relationship with him. My buddy Wes Hodkowitz and him talk MMA all the time. That's not a conversation I get to be part of. I think there's some WWE wrapped in there too, so you could prep me if they bring him back. But the bottom line is that's it's just way out of Goody's age range. It's like Leonardo DiCaprio when it comes to signing guys.
Jeez,
it's good pop.
Didn't see that coming.
The other thing I was concerned about, obviously, was I watched Christian Watson and Jaden Reed collide on Saturday. And Watson, I was more concerned about. Again, both of these guys have been banged up at various points this season. But Watson, of course, coming off of that, was it chest injury that he was dealing with the week prior? Is it your understanding that they're pretty good to go? At least that would be something to look forward to, is those guys being back out on the field this weekend? Did they say anything after the game?
Matt said on Sunday that he thought that Christian came out okay, so that's good. Let's not forget, like Romeo Doubs, who has certainly drawn the ire of Packers fans for not fielding that onside kick very effectively. He also injured his wrist on that play, and he had been a kind of an important piece for them offensively for most of the night. So yeah, it's a bit of a quagmire over there, and I'm sure if Chewy were here, he would tell us how crowded the training room must be this week with this many walking wounded.
But at the end of the day, they just have to win one game, right? Like the one game over the last two is all it requires in order to be in the postseason. And what were you saying, Gabe?
Or a Lions loss.
And what were you saying as far as the seeding goes? They're pretty well locked into
75% that they're going to be the 7 seed.
So to me, it's like, the whole point, Jason, is like, yes, you're the walking wounded right now. Yes, you're all banged up, but it looks like this is a playoff team, and maybe there's some strategy there of getting healthy over the next few weeks before the postseason starts.
Yeah, I mean, look, they obviously have to get there, right? And so you're kind of limited in just how cautious you can afford to be, right? You got to still find a way to win a football game. Although, like Gabe pointed out, you can also cross your fingers and hope that the Lions also lose a game. But let's be clear here. Like, and again, I know that our rival sister station, Cap's calling people and leaving them laughing hysterically, voicemails and everything else. But we are trending very much toward there being a rematch, round 3 in Chicago. The 2 versus the 7, and the Bears end up being the 2, and the Packers end up being the 7. There's a possibility that doesn't turn out to be the case. We don't know. The Bears have 2 challenging games left themselves, but sign me up as someone who has been wanting to see this rivalry ratcheted up, and certainly did see it in a 13-day span do exactly that. Sign me up for them playing a third time at Soldier Field in the first round of the playoffs.
Our conversations with Jason Wilde brought to you by Lakeland Supply. They're in business to make your business better. Set up a free packaging and supply chain assessment at lakelandsupply.com. How did LaFleur feel like Morgan held up at right tackle, Jason?
Pretty well. I think he had some pretty positive reviews on that after watching the film. I did not check his Pro Football Focus grade, but I think the general vibe was that, hey, this guy, clearly this guy's a tackle, not a guard. I think that was part of the kind of equation. Look, they had 2 decisions to make, right? They had that decision at right tackle without Zach Tom, because LaFleur admitted after the game that neither Zach Tom nor Evan Williams were close, which is kind of what I thought all week. But they played the game, putting them as questionable, probably more like doubtful, or probably even out would have been realistic. So they had to figure out, do they go Kennard or do they go Jordan Morgan at right tackle? They stuck with Morgan and went with Kennard as the tight end guy that he's been in the U71 Kevin Berry package.
He's tight end too now.
Yeah, no kidding. I had asked him a couple weeks ago if he's been working on the jugs machine, and he said he's doing that every day. So look out for a pass to Darian Kennard. I'm sure it'll go great.
Hopefully there's not a hold like there was on your guy Tausch's touchdown.
Gray Rugemer, every time I see him he's in charge of player programs. That's the first thing I think of is, you ruined Christmas. Because that was on Christmas.
It was on. I was at that game. I remember the whole thing.
He's like the Bumpus Hounds. So the other thing is that, and the other decision that they had to make was obviously in the secondary. And I'd be curious, Gabe, if you second-guessed this the way I did. Look, Javon Bullard played great. I don't want this to sound at all like I'm questioning Javon Bullard, because he was really good on Saturday night. But I found myself wondering, especially after the miscommunication between Nate Hobbs and Keyshawn Nixon on the game-tying touchdown, would they have been better off playing Bullard at safety in the base and then moving him down to nickel and bringing Zane Anderson off the bench to play safety when they would go to their sub package, or what they chose to do, which was just play Bullard at safety all game long, give him all the reps during the week there, and bring in Nate Hobbs. And look, Nate Hobbs may still be a productive player, but he has had a season where he hasn't been healthy, and when he's been on the field, he hasn't been effective. And maybe that touchdown pass still happens. Maybe there's still that same miscommunication that leaves Ja'Day Walker wide open. But that was the 1 second guess I had after the game.
Of course, he opened himself up for some ripe jokes on social media about, so Nate Hobbs can defend something, when he stepped in front of Keyshawn Nixon at his locker after the game. Gave me a chuckle as well. Jason, we appreciate the time today. Have a great one. Merry Christmas to you. We'll talk to you again soon.
All right, everybody, take care. Be good.
It's Jason Wilde. You can listen to him on Wilde and Tausch and a myriad of other programs here on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee. I just was looking up at the television ahead of me that says, are the Bears being given enough respect? Oof. Yes. They're being given the adequate amount of respect.
I would say so, yeah.
For what the Bears are. We'll talk about that a little bit more and get to the Packers-Ravens as the show rolls on. Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, stick around.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
We are looking at a pretty good ride out there right now. No major delays around the area. Just a few broken down vehicles here and there, but they are all out of traffic. Nothing that is specifically going to be affecting your ride. So if you got to get out to Grandma's house, now's the time to do it. Traffic is brought to you by Discount Liquor. It's Christmas week. No time to panic unless you're out of booze. Discount Liquor has your holiday essentials. Visit them at 51st in Oklahoma and Barstow and Maine in Waukesha. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, mostly sunny, a high of 42. Tonight, increasing clouds, a low of 29. Weather's brought to you by Safe Plow. When winter hits Wisconsin, Safe Plow keeps driveways and businesses clear with no-tolerance snow removal. They handle the blizzard so you can handle your business. Visit safeplow.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Change your grocery game plan to locally owned Century Foods, home of the best meat, freshest produce, and tastiest treats.
And free groceries.
Okay, just calm down. We'll get to that later.
Stay tuned in right here to score free groceries.
Stop, please.
Okay, I'm shutting up. My lip is zipped.
Let's get to this week's specials at Century Foods.
Now through Wednesday, save on 10 to 20 count selective varieties, hefty storage or freezer bags, 2 for $4. 8 to 13.1 ounce selective varieties, Old Dutch Crunch, Ripple, Potato, or Tortilla chips, 2 for $5.50. 24.5 ounce selective varieties, Welch's Sparkling Juice, $3.49. 12 to 36 count selective varieties, Rhodes Dinner or Cinnamon Rolls, $3.99.
And now time for the big reveal. Free groceries.
2 over the top.
Free from Century Foods.
Forget it. I'll handle the rest. Enter to win $500 worth of free groceries on Century's Facebook or Instagram by December 31st.
This winter, upgrade your home and your savings with Exterior Pros and Baths. New windows, roofing, siding, or a stunning bath makeover. Get it done now and get $3,000 off your project. That's right, $3,000 back in your pocket during our biggest year-end blowout. Call 262-800-4274 or head to extpros.com. Don't wait. These holiday savings melt away fast. Exterior Pros and Baths. Your home upgraded for the holidays.
Can you feel it? It's the thrill of witnessing a walk-off grand slam, a game-winning touchdown, a buzzer-beating 3. Yeah, you know the feeling. And there's only one place to experience that raw exhilaration. Potawatomi Sportsbook. Catch all the action in a supreme space with dozens of sports betting kiosks, cool drinks, luxe seating, great food, fiery atmosphere, and a monster video wall. Become a legend at Potawatomi Sportsbook. More info online. Must be 21 to enter casino.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text HAWK to 321-321 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text HAWK to 321-321. That's HAWK to 321-321.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Look, you take Jesus and the presents out, and it's not even in the top 10.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, if you take sex out of the anniversary, then that's not that fun either.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Take that! Caleb Williams sticks it up your take that! Take that! Take that!
David Kaplan of ESPN 1000 in Chicago giving our guy Ben Brust a call, leaving him a voicemail after the Bears beat the Packers on Saturday. And listen, I obviously didn't get to react to this in the postgame show like you did. I obviously wasn't on the show yesterday as I was traveling to Bloomington for game day responsibilities, but I really wasn't that bothered by the outcome of that game. And here's why, guys. It was so flippin' fluky, okay? Think of all of the things that had to happen in order for the Bears to eke out an overtime victory over the Packers. Jordan Love, starting quarterback, had to go out with the injury. Malik Willis takes over. Eventually, he was hurt and, according to Tom Brady, was limited in the overtime situation, in the overtime part of the game. You had, obviously, Josh Jacobs limited, right? They were clearly keeping him on a pitch count and letting Emmanuel Wilson handle the bulk of that load. You had the onside kick that we talked about already with Romeo Doubs. You had Green Bay going 0 for 5 in the red zone. Like, you got to try to be that bad in the red area. You had the guy who caught the touchdown, Ja'Day Walker, was that his name? I'm not even sure because I had never even heard of him. That was his second catch.
Yeah, his first catch was earlier in the day.
For the year.
The first two catches of his career.
Oh, I didn't even realize it was that significant.
Yes,
right?
first two catches of his career.
That's what I mean when I talk about flukiness, right? And then, of course, you had the 46-yard touchdown, Caleb Williams to DJ Moore in single coverage, and we talked about how, there was a breakdown by the Green Bay Packers as well. Those are fluky things, guys. And you needed every single one of them for the Bears to be able to beat the Packers. This was not dominant in any way, shape, or form, and that's why I don't feel all that bad about how it shook out. And I know Bears fans, as you heard David Kaplan there, are very excited. I will say the first time I heard it, I thought it was my father coming back from the dead, who was a notorious... That sounds exactly like him!
It's a cartoon laugh. It really is.
That is exactly what my dad would have done, calling the Packers fans that he knows had he been around for that Bears victory on Saturday night.
But again, it just shows that this was their Super Bowl. Caleb Williams showing up at a charity event with a cheese grater on his head. This was their Super Bowl. This was everything they ever wanted. I don't know if they have larger goals. They probably should. They're the 2 seed in the NFC right now, but they already won their Super Bowl. Their season's probably over at this point because, well, they did the one thing that they've always wanted to do. So congratulations. Look, I was bothered because, yes, it was fluky, but it knocks the Packers in a tough spot. You win that game, and you're in the driver's seat for the NFC North, which is the next step I thought this team needed to take. And having home games is something that I would love for this team to be able to have.
Do they win that game, Gabe, if Jordan Love is under center?
I think so.
I think so. I actually don't. I don't think it. I know they win that game if Jordan Love is under center.
As much as I love Malik, and I wish they could find a way for him to still be the backup quarterback next year, where he's going to be limited is in the red zone. Like, if you can't run it efficiently inside the red zone, the windows are getting just a little too tight for him, and he's not going to be able to thread the needle the way Jordan does typically when you find yourself in that red zone area. So I think that they don't go 0 for 5. I know they did go 0 for 2 with Jordan in that area.
But they are a notoriously slow starting team also.
I don't know about that.
They have been. I don't know how this season shakes out.
They've been up and down this season.
But this is something that we have talked about when we talk about Jordan Love and his ability to lead this offense. It feels like it takes them a little bit of time to get rolling, to get into a rhythm. So to me, when I watched the first 2 trips to the red zone, my thought was like, but they'll figure it out. Because it feels like they always do.
Yeah, I mean, they scored in their first 5 possessions against Denver. Like, they've gotten off to fast starts this year. But they wouldn't have gone 0 for 5 in the red zone. I feel very confident about that if Jordan Love would have been able to play that whole game. But yeah, now Jordan's out, and now you're in a position where you're really beat up. I don't want to take things for granted because I want to beat Baltimore. I just want to put an end to it. And, okay, you're in. See what Chicago does against San Francisco. See if there's any chance at winning a division in Week 18 if you can beat the Vikings and the Bears ultimately lose to the Lions. But also, this is a desperate Baltimore team. It's not a good Baltimore team, but they're desperate. They can't lose again. Their backs are against the wall. And I would rather just win that game and take care of business, but I don't know. Again, with not knowing who's going to play quarterback, it's hard to be, Packers are going to be able to beat the Ravens. I can't say that right now with the way the injury report is.
I think it all hinges, Brian, on whether or not Lamar ends up playing.
Yeah, for sure. And I do wonder if Baltimore is a little bit more remotivated after the news that broke last night that DK Metcalf is going to be out for 2 games. And that little tidbit, guys, of him forfeiting $45 million in guaranteed money is crazy.
I didn't even see that detail of it. I just assumed that Aaron Rodgers was going to get after him for being so stupid about engaging with a fan.
There's offset language in his contract where his future guarantees, which is $45 million, 25 next year, 20 the following year. Now, he can still earn that money if he's on the team, but it's just not guaranteed. Because there was an offset if he gets suspended and cannot practice or play for conduct detrimental to the team, which is what the NFL language was when he got suspended, that money is no longer guaranteed.
So you're saying, Brian, that DK Metcalf being out for that matchup maybe reinvigorates the Ravens to the point where they say, oh, we have a shot here, win the game, sort of light a fire under the rest of our season.
I think they're thinking, okay, let's go into Green Bay. Let's take care of business. They're banged up too. And then we get one game for all the marbles. And the Steelers and Rodgers are down their top weapon on the outside.
Yeah,
right?
the unfortunate part about this is the Packers playing on Saturday. Because if the Steelers beat...
You're saying in the order of operations.
Correct.
They play first, and then these other games take place.
Correct. Because if the... didn't think I was going to be getting
If you can work a PEMDAS into a conversation, you do it. So, Brian, I'm on board.
But if the Steelers beat the Browns on Sunday, doesn't matter what the Ravens do. The Ravens are done because the Ravens need the Steelers to lose that game. So if things were flipped and the Steelers won on Saturday, Packers were playing on Sunday, Baltimore would probably just wave the red flag. Not worth having Lamar go out there. This season's over. Let's make sure everybody just gets into 2026 healthy. But
the red flag.
That's just not the way things go.
You're waving the red flag?
Yeah. Okay. It's stopping.
Okay.
We're bringing a stop to everything.
Maybe it's a Christmas thing. It's waving the red and the green flag.
Santa's flag, yeah.
Merry Christmas. Flag. Most people are waving the white flag. Gabe is waving the red flag.
We're ending things. We're stopping.
Is there a NASCAR reference there?
Yeah, exactly. The red flag stops the race.
Is that the red flag?
Yeah,
I thought it was the checkered flag.
That's the checkered flag wins the race. But if there's like a bad crash, the caution flag, and you can't go around, then it's the red flag because you have to stop.
I'm going to trust him.
Jen and I are throwing the red flag and challenging your comments.
Hey, I saved that, all right? I don't care what you say. I saved it.
Nicely done.
As if you tell us that you saved it, well, it must be true.
If I say it even more, it's
we'll
definitely
take a break here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Still a lot of stuff to get to in the show. Stick around.
Pizza is always a great idea, and you need to take advantage today. Look, if you're not a lot of people are necessarily working this week, so if you've got some grocery shopping you got to take care of, you need to pick up some Connie's Frozen Pizza, the cornmeal dusted, all natural ingredients, pizzeria quality without the pizzeria prices. And through today at Piggly Wiggly, you can get Connie's Frozen Pizza for just $4.99. Stock up on Connie's. It is a frozen pizza unlike any other you have had. So again, check it out with that cornmeal dusted crust, that pizzeria quality without the pizzeria prices. Connie's Frozen Pizza on sale through today for $4.99 at Piggly Wiggly.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN. With Wilde and Tausch, you won't miss a play.
Nobody should be writing the season off. The idea of being one of the top teams without two of your best players is a big reach. But this is a season that you can find ways to do it.
Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
You think anybody ever feels sorry for the Green Bay Packers? They don't. And they shouldn't. And you shouldn't.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN. ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football, it's a pepper thing.
The post-career day press conference brought to you by Progressive.
Anthony, can you tell us what happened during career day?
I'm a biomedical researcher. The kids just weren't impressed.
How did you feel when your son called in the backup?
Embarrassed, and I knew it would be a fireman. It's always a fireman. It's cliche, but a crowd favorite. He had an axe and everything. I can't compete with that.
And will the fireman be helping your son with his science fair project?
Hope not. I'm literally a scientist.
Like it or not, sometimes you need a backup. That's why there's Progressive to protect your home and auto. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
It's time for the Marquette Minute on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Wintrust, Wisconsin's bank, the official banking partner of Marquette University, and home to Marquette Checking with free ATMs nationwide.
Marquette had another rough stretch in an 84-63 loss at Creighton, falling to 5-8 on the season and 0-2 in Big East play. The Golden Eagles opened strong, forcing 7 straight stops and jumping out to a 9-2 lead, but the game turned quickly when Creighton ripped off a 25-2 run in just over 3 minutes. Freshman Nigel James Jr. led Marquette with a season-high 23 points, while Chase Ross added 9. Here's head coach Shaka Smart after the game.
Offensively, the story of the game for us was just missing layups. We got a lot. Forget even the contested ones. We had plenty of uncontested shots around the rim that we just didn't finish.
The Golden Eagles will be back in action with more Big East play against Seton Hall on December 30th.
This has been the Marquette Minute on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Wintrust, Wisconsin's bank, the official bank of Marquette University.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right, and naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality spirit that mixes with just about anything, from the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys. Tito's is known for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits to serve its communities and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
It's ESPN Milwaukee's Brad Nortman here with some exciting news from my friends at Bank 5-9. Not only have they been named a top workplace for 16 straight years, but they've just won the prestigious Community Choice Award as the best bank in the Milwaukee area. Honestly, I'm not surprised. Not only do they have great products and services, but they truly live out their mission to make lives better. If you're looking for a true local community bank, check out The Best. Visit bank59.com to learn more today. Member FDIC.
Football's back, and if you're headed up toward Green Bay, the perfect stop is Higher Love Cannabis Company, just seconds over the border in Menominee, Michigan. Less than an hour from Green Bay. An easy stop before or after the game or anytime you're passing through town. And with so many low-quality, unregulated CBD products floating around Wisconsin, trust matters. Higher Love, award-winning, organically grown, locally owned, and the real deal. Higher Love Cannabis Company, best in the Midwest. Visit findhigherlove.com/CBD.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Excuse me. Hold on.
Getting choked up over it. So, hold on. Give me a moment.
On 94.5 ESPN.
If you're headed to a Milwaukee Bucks game, you can make a bet at Potawatomi Sportsbook and catch a shuttle to Fiserv Forum. After a purchase or a bet, a wristband will be given out at the bar or the betting counter upon your request. You got to have a wristband to board the shuttle leaving Potawatomi and headed to Fiserv Forum, but the wristbands are not required for return shuttles. So listen, guys, this is a great way to get down to Fiserv Forum, make a stop at the Potawatomi Sportsbook, make a bet, make a purchase, get a wristband, and get on the bus. Shuttle pickups and drop-offs will be at the Annex. That's right next to the Potawatomi Sportsbook. What a great way to have a little fun at Potawatomi and enjoy a little Milwaukee Bucks action at Fiserv Forum. Potawatomi Sportsbook, bet above the rest. All right, I'm going to put you on the spot real quickly, Gabe, before we go to the second hour of the show this morning.
All right.
I know.
What we got?
Give me the recipe for success this weekend against the Ravens. I know. There's a lot of variables that you have to nail down.
I'll tell you that Clayton Tune doesn't play quarterback. Is that good enough?
You're saying you don't win if Clayton Tune is playing quarterback?
Correct. That is what I am
Again,
telling
as I mentioned earlier in the show, the spike of interest in Clayton Tune has been remarkable over the last 48 hours here in Wisconsin as the Google chart is like...
And look, I understand everybody was questioning when Malik Willis came in and saying they couldn't win. I was one of them. We saw Taylor Lewan, a former teammate, say on national television, Malik Willis doesn't know ball. Turns out everybody was wrong, that Matt LaFleur got the best out of Malik Willis, especially in a short amount of time, because it's not like he was with the team for a long time. Clayton Tune has been around all season, but I also just feel like this is drastically different. This is a guy who's been in the league, has been bounced around a little bit, now on a practice squad. I can't imagine that as much as I love Matt LaFleur when his back's against the wall, I can't imagine what a winning formula looks like with Clayton Tune as your quarterback.
So let's go through a couple of scenarios here. Let's go through the first scenario. If Jordan Love is concussed and cannot play and Malik Willis can play, he'd still likely be limited with that shoulder, just based on what the injury we think it might be.
I'm curious because the pass that he had in overtime was fine. It's not like it didn't. It felt like it was just a little lollipop out there. It felt like he drove on it pretty well.
This is where I wish Chewy was here to tell us exactly what sort of thing they do. I mean, does he get a shot? Is it a pain management thing? I guess all of these questions might be answered today.
And it all depends upon what the injury is, right?
But what I was going to say about Malik Willis is because he's a dual threat quarterback, he can still make plays with his legs. Now, does that become one-dimensional? Does that become predictable? Obviously, yes. But I still think there is a world where Matt LaFleur can scheme Malik Willis, maybe not being able to throw as well as he did prior to the injury, but still get them first downs, move the chains with Malik Willis out there, because if he's running, now again, you don't want to put him in harm's way, and once he's a runner. That puts him, where they could tackle him and take him down and maybe even injure it further. But I do think that there is a world, a scheme, where Malik Willis, even injured, could lead this team to victory against the Ravens.
Yeah, and I'm really curious to see what the game plan would be against Lamar. Because while Caleb is athletic and Caleb did make a couple of plays with his legs, Lamar's another level. Like, Lamar's a step up from that.
And you combo that, Gabe, with somebody who I do not want to get hit by in late December in Green Bay, Wisconsin, who had 18 carries for 128 yards and 2 touchdowns this past weekend.
Derrick Henry?
Big fella.
Well, yeah, but they also don't give him the ball for whatever reason. Like, they just forgot Derrick Henry was on their team. They were up over the Patriots, had 2 possessions late in the game. He wasn't even on the field.
He's had some fumble issues, which is, I think, why they're taking him off the field in some big moments.
Sure, but when you've got 18 for 128,
tote the rock, brother.
Your starting quarterback is out. I'm giving Derrick Henry the ball. And they just, for whatever reason at times, have forgotten he is on their team.
I just feel like there's probably a parallel universe happening right now in Baltimore, maybe on some Baltimore radio stations, where they are talking about what is the recipe for the Ravens to beat the Packers, recognizing that both of these teams are banged up, recognizing that at the most important position, quarterback, you're trying to figure out who the hell is going to be on the field this weekend.
Look, and Snoop went in and beat the Bears earlier this year. Like, as far as backup quarterbacks go, Snoop Hundley is a really good backup quarterback.
I can't believe we're hook, line, and sinker buying Snoop Huntley. Like, what? That's a thing all of a sudden?
It's always been a thing.
It was not always a thing. Come on. We are not going to do the thing where we convince ourselves that he's always been known as Snoop.
I mean, like the first time he started, no. But the last time he started significant games because Lamar was injured, then Snoop was a thing.
I mean, Snoop's a cool name. You know, if Tyler Huntley, not as cool.
Tyler Huntley's just like, yeah, he's fine.
Yeah.
Snoop Huntley, I don't want to play Snoop.
Now, Tyler Dog, not as cool as Snoop
Did
Dogg.
he give himself the Snoop nickname? I think we've been pretty clear on how we feel about giving oneself a nickname. That changes the coolness level.
I did some chat GPTing. I think folks in his upbringing brought it. He looked like Snoop Dogg when he was a kid. Like he looked like a skinny Snoop Dogg when he was growing up, so the name stuck.
So it's the same thing with, again, Kingsley. We all thought he was Kingsley Enagbare. Then we found out it's JJ because he liked JJ the Plane or whatever when he was a kid, so everybody called him JJ when he was growing up. Same thing.
800-990-3776. What is the recipe for the Packers to get a win this weekend over the Ravens? I do think there is a world, and it's not that far-fetched of a world, where Malik Willis can lead this team to victory if Jordan Love cannot go out there. If Jordan Love is out there, Katie bar the door. I don't think there's even a question the Packers win this game. Now, again, same thing going on over there. Is Lamar going to be able to play? Is he healthy enough? You just mentioned Snoop. Like, I think these are all, it does feel like we are dealing with a very similar situation to what Baltimore is dealing with. If Jordan Love is on the field and Lamar Jackson in a limited role is on the field, Packers get the victory. If Jordan Love is on the field and Snoop Huntley is on the field, Packers get the victory. That's how I'm feeling right now.
Yeah, and the Ravens just haven't been the Ravens this year. There have been glimpses, if you happen to watch the game on Sunday night, they looked like the Baltimore Ravens the first possession. They scored in 5 plays. It was the easiest drive you've ever seen, and you're like, oh, Ravens are back. And then all of a sudden they just start struggling again. Whether it's fumbles, whether it's just Lamar being a little bit inaccurate this year because the injuries have slowed him down, they just haven't quite been the same. And especially if he does not play, and Huntley still can move and be an athletic quarterback, but the Packers have been better against the run. And even without Micah, that's where I feel confident that the Packers would be able to put together a good game plan for Derrick Henry. That they would be able to slow down Derrick Henry and dare the arm of Huntley or even Lamar to beat them.
And you make a great point about the order of operations, the PEMDAS this weekend, the fact that their game is on Saturday. Just get it out of the way. Man, go out there, win the game, lock up the playoff spot, take all the pressure off, and then just get healthy. Get this team as healthy as possible for a playoff run. We got to take a break here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. My ears are in and out and in and out. I can hear myself, and then I can't hear myself. There are people out there going, we wish we couldn't hear you.
Put her in the protocol.
It's possible. Take a break. Be right back after this.
It's looking pretty good out there. We do have a little bit of a backup westbound 94 starting at 35th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. Eastbound tightening up a bit from 70th Street to Holly Road. Northbound on 41 between North Avenue and Burleigh is going to be the tight spot. Otherwise, everything else seems to be rolling along just fine. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, mostly sunny with a high of 42. Tonight, increasing clouds, a low of 29. Weather is brought to you by National Liquor Mart at 16th and National in Milwaukee. Packed with the best beer, liquor, seltzer, and spirit deals in town. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, where your satisfaction is their plan of action. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
With Wilde and Tausch, you won't miss a play.
Nobody should be writing the season off. The idea of being one of the top teams without 2 of your best players is a big reach. But this is a season that you can find ways to do it.
Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
You think anybody ever feels sorry for the Green Bay Packers? They don't. And they shouldn't. And you shouldn't.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN. ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Strong mind, strong body, and strong communities. That is what you need to know about the Princeton Club, and that is what you can achieve at the Princeton Club of New Berlin. When you walk in there, you will feel completely motivated to better yourself just like everyone else is doing. I've done personal training. They have saunas. They have workout classes. They have basketball courts. They have indoor-outdoor swimming pools. It all starts with a tour. Check it out. You're going to fall in love. Free childcare with the membership, open 24/7. Check out the Princeton Club of New Berlin. Get your tour and take that small step to a bigger journey for a better tomorrow. That's at theprincetonclub.net. Tune in to KBN every day at 2 o'clock. Kyle Brust and Nortman. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Showtime. The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamara. Here's Jen Latta.
Hey, ball, right? And who was the other player for Wisconsin where all of a sudden we found out we had been pronouncing his name incorrectly?
Oh, I mean, there have been a couple of those over the years.
It happened with Mike Budenholzer in the middle of the finals.
What? Seriously?
Yeah, like his family came out and was like, "Hey, just FYI, guys, we are the Budenholzers," which feels like kind of a big deal that you get your name right.
Which makes sense because we call him Coach Bud. Like, it was always weird that Coach Bud came from Budenholzer.
But also, it's not like, A, he was new to Milwaukee, B, he was new to the league. Like, everybody called him that for almost a decade.
I remember I was working on WTMJ at the time. We did a whole story where we talked to his family. I interviewed his dad, and you're like, yeah, no, we're the Budenholzers, and it just stuck.
This is like a Theismann-Heisman thing happening here, huh? Where you just get sticks. Well, they changed that intentionally, right? For marketing purposes.
For marketing purposes back when he was in college, and then that just continued.
And now it's always been that way. And then you find out, well, no, that's not actually how you say his last name. I had a sneezels attack during the break.
It was impressive. You have had them before. Usually you cap it around 3.
No,
usually
that's
it gets capped
absurd.
Around 3.
I am a minimum 5 sneeze gal.
That was probably 7 or 8.
And one rapid fire right after the other, which always brings up my husband's allegations that I sneeze incorrectly. Because if I have to sneeze that many times, I'm definitely doing it wrong. Brian G., you were telling us this morning about this is your first Christmas as a dad, which is kind of cool.
It's sweet.
It's very exciting. I'm excited for you for having your first Christmas. And yet, you have found yourself sucked into the vortex that is the consumerism that is also the holidays here in the United States.
Yeah.
What's happening over at the D household?
I don't know if it's me that's been sucked into the consumerism vortex as
Oh,
much
you're
as
fighting it is what you're saying.
I'm fighting it a little bit. Yeah, I'm getting sucked in, but I'm fighting it. Yeah, just a lot of dough being spent, a lot of gifts being bought for our little guy, 2 months old. He's 9 weeks. That's another thing. When do I go from weeks to months, Jen?
Not yet.
Can I rely on you?
Not yet.
When does that transition happen?
It just varies from person to person, right?
Regardless.
Once you're 1, I think we're over weeks.
Yeah.
And months, frankly, right? Once you hit a year.
I feel like I've heard people say 18 months
for sure.
Kid.
Yeah.
So I feel like when you get to a year, once you get past 18 months, I don't think I've heard, my kid is 21 months. I feel like once you get to 18.
So 2, we're capping it at 2. When you hit the 2-year mark, all of a
sudden.
Year and a half.
Well,
so what about 19 months, 20 months, 21 months?
But I don't think anybody says that.
I'm not saying
But you don't just still say 18 months. That's what I'm saying. There's a gap there of what are you calling
but at
them?
18 months, then you're like, then you've transitioned to almost 2.
I don't know about that. I don't know. I think you have to.
Regardless.
Again, I'm making this up. I don't
He's
have
2
kids.
months old. He's 9 weeks
How do
old.
I know?
We're spending not $1 million, but a lot of money on gifts that I'm not confident he's ever going to know existed ever. He's just a little guy. All he does is eat and sleep and poop, and that's it, and cry, and that's it.
I feel like you guys are missing out on an opportunity to save a little money here.
You're
right?
preaching to the choir.
I understand I really do. Trust me. I understand the excitement of having your first child and that first Christmas and the opportunity to have all of these gifts under the Christmas tree. But you're doing that because you want the reaction from the child. And no offense to you, Brian, or anyone else who has a 9-week-old, but your child is a little more than a potato at that stage of life. Again, as a mom of 3, I can say that because I've had 3 potatoes.
Another example, my 1-year-old nephew was in town over the weekend. We bought him a Fisher-Price slide. The box is enormous.
Yeah, the little 2-stepper.
Yes, for sure. And he's 1, which is great. He was very excited about it for all of 4 seconds. My brother and sister-in-law live in North Carolina. So I have it in the back of my truck right now. I'm going to return it today. And then we bought them another one that we're sending to their house in North Carolina. This was all performit's
That's a wild sequence of events, Brian.
Talk about PEMDAS.
Wild sequence of events.
I mean, yikes. It's a lot.
A lot of time in Target.
That's a lot. So because again, at least the 1-year-old nephew could open the gift. But are you wrapping these presents?
Oh, yeah.
For your son? But you're wrapping them just to open them yourselves. Because again, your son is 9 months. He doesn't understand.
No, he's 9 weeks.
Excuse me, 9 weeks. He's not going to be able to open the presents himself.
He doesn't have motor skills
No.
yet. No. He everything he does is like, you know when you had iPod headphones that got tangled and you just sat on the plane and tried to untangle them and you felt kind of like an idiot? That's everything he does right now. That's the extent of the motor skills.
Untangling the wired headphones.
Exactly. So I'm a little concerned about that, but it'll be a lovely Christmas nonetheless. But yeah, we gotta curtail some of the spending here.
I want to be on your side. I am on your side.
It seems like the advice is coming a little late, though. He's asking for help a little too late.
Publicly. This is my last resort.
Well, but okay, Papa Roach, but it's.
Sorry about Hughes Days. If you think we're not bumping back with that next, you're wrong, brother.
But I mean, it seems like it's a little late. It seems like all of these things have already happened, and now there's nothing you can do.
Yeah, and it's a futile battle anyway because my wife and the mama's gonna win. Like the love knows no bounds.
What are you gonna do? Yeah, fight your wife who just had a child 9 weeks ago?
Yeah, that's a battle I'm gonna lose every time.
I don't even encourage you broaching that battle. I don't even encourage you towing the line.
I think I just did.
Just hope she's not listening.
Is there a way that maybe you could take a few of the gifts and maybe space them out? Maybe hold them for like New Year's. This is a New Year's present, and then this is a January 14th present, and then this is a January 28th present. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out a way to maybe delay some of the excitement. And
I did do some future buying because kiddos grow quick, right? And we're getting a lot of clothes, which is really nice. But I bought him a jersey. I grew up a big Buffalo Bills fan, and I bought him a little Josh Allen jersey, but I got the 18th month one, so he can use it next year, right?
Yeah, well, for sure. And it's going to be way cuter when he's toddling around the house wearing the I assume it's Josh Allen.
Yeah, jumping
Josh
over
Allen jersey.
people, right?
Yeah, that's going to be way cuter than if you put him on him now and he sits there. Again, I love babies, but they are like potatoes at this stage of the game.
I guess that's my last resort is future buying, right? So it doesn't go immediately to waste. It goes to waste a year and a half from now.
I have been overwhelmed by the consumerism. I have been, we're doing the thing, we're pulling out the gifts and figuring, because we're traveling down to Illinois for Christmas. And so we're taking everything down to my brother and sister-in-law's house. And then we're bringing it down there to watch the children open it, to then just promptly bring it back to Wisconsin.
And bring it back home.
And then I got to find places for the stuff in my home. And I know that we are blessed. I don't want to make this seem but it is a challenge of, we always talk about the reason for the season, right? And I just get worried that my kids, they open their gifts, they look at them, they're excited for 5 minutes, and then they move on to the next. And it's that dopamine rush that we talk about with the phones and we talk about with the scrolling, and that we're just continuing to contribute to that.
This is why I have adopted a policy, and maybe I did it because I think my uncle did it when I was a kid. My uncle, for Christmas, he would always get me tickets for a Bucks game or something to go do with my dad or with him or do something like that. So for my nieces and my nephew, I just buy them. So I've got one sister who lives up in West Bend. Every year for Christmas, and I just check in with her before I do it. Hey, you guys still going to the zoo a bunch? All right, you've got a zoo membership. Because then they can take the girls. They don't need more stuff cluttering up the house. And they've got more than enough gifts that they're going to be opening on Christmas. They don't care if they have one from Uncle Gabe or not. But throughout the course of the year, now you can go to the zoo whenever you want, because now you have a zoo family membership. My older sister lives down kind of by Janesville in south part of Wisconsin. And I got them. Used to be for Madison, but now they say they go to Rockford more. Children's Museum in Rockford. There you go. Your member's there. You go down there enough. Go have fun.
I really like that. And they do talk about how experiences can be much more fulfilling, much more memorable than the toy that you open on Christmas morning or whatever holiday that you are celebrating. We, as you guys know, just took the kids to Disney World last week. For all the people wondering where the hell I was, well, I took a vacation. Sorry about it. But we took them down there. And so my husband and I did also discuss, like, does that count as a Christmas gift? How do we remind them delicately, like, oh, don't forget, we just went to Disney World last week. You know what I mean? But then it's hard to open up the experience that you had 7 days ago on Christmas morning.
Yeah, again, because the dopamine hit that you need from opening the presents. That's the tough part there.
Much more to come here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Do we have power rankings? Chewy's not here. It's Chewy's favorite segment of the week.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I'm sure Brian has them in front of him, and he's going to give some sort of vague feeling of how he thinks the top 10 teams are going to go.
Is he going to do it Chewy? Is he going to channel Chewy where he's like,
Nobody can channel Chewy. I'm not going to be as dopey, but I'll do my best.
You're like, I like this list, or I don't like this list. I got one problem with this list. Something along those lines.
I
Just
already
tap
looked
into
at the
that.
list. I'll tease it for you. I got a lot of problems with this. lot of problems.
You know what that means. I already know what that means. Bills are too low. That's a quick interpretation there. If you're looking for a new car, truck, or SUV, now is the time to buy because Ewald Automotive Group's year-end sale is here. They're saying yes to the lowest prices of the year on over 1,500 new and pre-owned vehicles. Yes to 0% financing. Yes to maximum trade values. And yes to no payments until 2026. Ewald's year-end sale is now through the year-end. Makes sense. It's all easy because it's Ewald. Just go to ewaldauto.com. Credit on select models. Interest accrues from date of purchase. Expires month end.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are back after this on 94.5 ESPN.
Highway 100 southbound at Wolmer Road. This is just between Oklahoma Avenue and Beloit Road. We do have the two right lanes blocked with a crash, so be careful with that. Onto the freeway, we've got delays eastbound 94 just before 70th Street all the way to Hawley. The westbound side's backed up through the Stadium Interchange past Mitchell Boulevard. Northbound on 41 slowing between North Avenue and Burleigh. Traffic is brought to you by Tsunami Express Car Wash, now open at 10928 West Oklahoma Avenue. Wash, chill, repeat. And check the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Today, mostly sunny, a high of 42. Tonight, increasing clouds, a low of 29. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Greg Matzek, Gary Ellerson. The day after reaction show you need in your life.
Who benefits the most from Micah Parsons being on the field?
Secondary. Keyshawn Nick.
It's Potawatomi Sportsbook Football Mondays with Greg and Gary.
If you're a quarterback, you've got to get the football out of your hands before you really want to do it. I mean, everybody's getting their wealth with this, but to me, I think it's really the guys in the secondary.
Live from the Potawatomi Sportsbook Studios from 6 to 8 p.m. every Monday on 94.5 ESPN.
This winter, upgrade your home and your savings with Exterior Pros and Baths. New windows, roofing, siding, or a stunning bath makeover. Get it done now and get $3,000 off your project. That's right, $3,000 back in your pocket during our biggest year-end blowout. Call 262-800-4274 or head to extpros.com. Don't wait. These holiday savings melt away fast. Exterior Pros and Baths. Your home upgraded for the holidays.
College hockey fans, get ready because the ice is heating up in Milwaukee for the Quick Trip Holiday Face-Off. 4 powerhouse programs, 2 action-packed days, 1 champion. It's Wisconsin, Boston College, Lake Superior State, and the defending national champion, Western Michigan. Battling it out December 28th and 29th at Fiserv Forum. Feel every bone-rattling hit and every clutch goal as these elite programs collide for holiday bragging rights. Tickets are moving fast. Grab yours today at Ticketmaster.com or the Fiserv Forum box office. The Quick Trip Holiday Face-Off. 4 teams, 1 trophy. Who will own the ice?
Are you looking for reliable transportation this holiday season? I've got you covered. Hey, it's Jen Latta from ESPN Milwaukee. With holiday parties, family gatherings, and year-end events on the horizon, I trust Accutrans Group to handle all my private transportation needs. Whether it's a corporate function or a festive celebration, Accutrans gets me there safely and on time. As a veteran-owned business, they pride themselves on top-notch service that you can count on. Booking is easy, stress-free, and reliable. Just visit AccuTransGroup.com to reserve your holiday ride today. That's AccuTransGroup.com.
Did you forget the first day of school is this week? And little
Uncle Nancy still needs her name embroidered on her backpack, or the company shirts are due now, not next week. Maybe the boss just declared Steve's retirement party is today, and the shirts are mandatory? Whatever the rush. Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more in Mequon has got you covered. With fast turnarounds, no minimums, eco-friendly printing, and high-quality custom apparel, Big Frog brings your custom ideas to life fast. Stop by Big Frog in Mequon or visit bigfrog.com/Mequon. Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more, where your ideas leap to life.
This is Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, letting you know that Siding Unlimited installs Pella windows and doors. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year award 5 times. New windows, our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. What's the next step? Call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
His eyeball.
Wait. Where
do I get him?
I just assumed when I said wait, did you just think it was just a suggestion?
Yeah, pretty much. Typically.
On 94.5 ESPN. It's Chewy's favorite segment of the week.
Hey, big guy, you catch the game?
It's Power Rankings time on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
You catch the game last night? Can I say yes to you?
What will the big guy have in store for us today?
See the game last night?
Which game?
Any of them.
So Brian D has already told us that he's got some issues with the list. Did you happen to say a lot of issues with the list? I feel like you did.
Yeah, and it's not for the reason that Gabe stated.
Oh, I thought it was too, just for whatever it's worth.
No, my biggest issue with the list, without getting too in depth, because the point is for this to be vague, because Chewy's a dope. There is a current team that if the playoffs started today, they would be in. That is 16th on this list. So it's all
Hold on. There is a current team on this list.
A team that's in the playoffs
that is
right now.
In the playoffs right now, but they have them as 16th.
16th.
Very easily, I know who this team is. That's the Panthers.
You nailed it.
And that's about where the Panthers should be. They're not a very good football team.
Last time I checked, they were like slightly above 500. Is that still the...
that is correct. I believe they are 8-7.
I am at a significant disadvantage this week, by the way, having not participated last week to know where these teams were slotted and then ipso facto take into the results of this past weekend, but we're going to give it a go.
But I think the Panthers are an example of what I'm talking about. This power rankings list is kind of just all over the place. I think the editors at ESPN.com that put this together this week were like, oh crap, it's a holiday week, we forgot. Let's just throw the teams into ChatGPT and spit them out, and that's what happened.
What an endorsement for our colleagues over at ESPN. Let's say number 10. How far do you think the Packers fell? This is where I'm going to say that the Packers are still in the top 10, but barely holding on. Like Tom Cruise, there it is, you're welcome, hanging onto the cliff in one of those Mission Impossible movies. That's how I feel the Green Bay Packers are this week.
Yeah, really any one of the 7, because he's doing it at all 7, if we're being honest. Yes, I have the Green Bay Packers at number 10 as well.
Dang it.
Do I now tell you where the Packers are?
No. Well,
if they're outside the top 10.
They are outside the top 10.
Whoa! I might have guessed them at 9, but here we go. Okay, so the Packers are where?
11.
They are 11.
Okay, and then who's number 10? This is how this works, Brian.
Number 10 is the Philadelphia Eagles. By the way, they have listed a Rookie of the Year candidate for each of these teams that I can give to you. The Packers guess. Any guesses who the Packers Rookie of the Year candidate would be?
Who else could it be? It's got to be the
Packers Rookie of the Year.
Got to be Matthew Golden, but he's not much of a candidate.
Anthony Belton? He's played the most.
It was Matthew Golden. It was not Anthony Belton.
I mean,
that's bad.
But yes, the Eagles were number 10, which again seemed a little low. No?
Seems about right to me.
Okay, so the Packers are 11.
There are some teams playing some really good football right now. And the Eagles are not one of those teams playing really good football. It's
fair.
Carry the 1. I'm going to guess at number 9 are the Chicago Bears.
I've got the Chargers at 9.
Gabe Neitzel, LA Chargers, again, a little low. Like, that's a team, I think they've won 7 games in a row. Pretty quietly having a dominant November and December, and they're 9th.
Especially as beat up as they are.
Yeah.
Both tackles are out. They've got some injury issues there.
So
quarterback's playing with a broken left hand.
So that's back-to-back issues you've had with the list, the Eagles and the Chargers, huh, Brian?
Yes.
I'm concerned that they couldn't have put the Bears much higher than this. Could they? No, they're not in the top 5. There's no chance. Bears at number 8.
I've got the Bears at 8.
Nailed it. Would you like to guess the Bears Rookie of the Year candidate that they have listed?
It's got to be
Cronin.
Luther Burden.
Courtney Cronin is by far not a rookie on the Bears.
She is not a rookie. She wrote this piece.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Wanted to give her a pop.
Who's the
She's great.
kid that they just drafted? Rookie, get it? I know who it is too. It's the tight end, I think.
Yeah, he sang. He sang in front of the team. He sang Mario.
Colston Loveland.
Nailed it. Nicely done. Yeah,
Nailed
Bears.
it. The guy that they drafted, the rookie, the tight end, nailed it. Thank
Bears
you,
are number
Brian.
8, 11-4, 8th on this list.
Okay. Shoot. So I feel like I know the top 5. At least I know who the teams that are the top 5 are. I think. I have Jacksonville at 7.
I've got the 49ers at 7.
Dang it.
Both wrong.
It's the Bills?
AO.
Oh, wow.
At 7.
I thought the Bills would be higher.
Yeah, I thought I had the Bills at 6.
They've won 4 games in a row, but ugly victory over Cleveland. I don't know if you guys watched any of that game on Sunday.
Unfortunately, I did.
Yeah, it was an eyesore. I think that was the local early game on television, and it was clunker. So yeah, Bills are number 7.
So what I'm seeing here is that this is the 11-4 portion of the program.
There's a lot of teams, especially in the AFC, that have 11 wins. A lot of teams in the NFC have 11 wins,
So
too.
this is where I think it's got to be the San Francisco 49ers.
I put the Niners at 6.
Another 11-4 team. Yeah.
Nailed it. What do you guys think of the Niners this year? It's always been a house of horrors, a scary place for the Green Bay Packers to go in the postseason.
You mean the matchup?
Sure.
The Niners' offense is really good. But now, even after they had 2 sacks last night, they have 18 sacks as a team on the season. They cannot get after the quarterback. They are too beat up on defense. Their offense, they put up points last night, but that
is that a
defense
Fred
isn't
Warner
good enough.
thing? They're missing
Warner
him? He
and
was
Bosa.
sort of like right there in the middle of that
Bosa,
defense.
Yeah, Bosa is the big sack, big number sack guy that they're missing there, and they just didn't have anything to replace behind him. They can't get pressure on the quarterback to save their life.
It also feels incredibly unlikely that the Packers would play them in the postseason, given that the Niners look like they're going to be a wild card team, and the Packers do as well. So there would have to be a couple of upsets from both of them for those two teams.
Sounds like you're breathing a sigh of relief on that, huh, Brian?
A little bit. I mean, like, how could you not?
I get it.
Given the
history.
Yeah, the history between the two teams.
All right, since I said this is the 11-4 portion of the program, I've got the Rams here.
This is where Jacksonville has to live, because there's no way that Jacksonville is a top 4 team.
Jacksonville is number 5. Nicely done, Gabe. I feel like nobody started talking about this until our pal Adam Schefter tweeted it on Sunday morning. The Jaguars kind of have the inside track right now for the 1 seed in the AFC. Like, they've just been sneakily creeping up the standings and winning football games, and I feel like that would be shocking for people. Like, we haven't been talking about it at all.
Well, I think that when they drafted Travis Hunter, there was a thought that maybe he could be a guy who turned the program around. College football, turned the team around. But he's been out.
Yeah.
So, like, this isn't like you dropped in a generational type player, a transformative player, and they were like, oh, now we're good.
Can you name a Jaguar not named Trevor Lawrence?
Travis Etienne.
Yeah, that's the only one I
Sure.
can think of.
What about a wide receiver? Anybody?
Oh, God. Who's their leading receiver? Oh, they still Brian Thomas Jr.
They do. They acquired like Jacoby Myers at the deadline.
They just gave him a big contract, too.
They're just piecemealing it together. It's bizarre.
I mean,
but
Brian
yeah.
Thomas is good. He had a really good year last year. Yeah. I mean, look, if I firmly believe this is going to seem like a wild take, but I firmly believe this because the NFL narrative awards are just such a truthful thing. I think Ben Johnson's going to be the coach of the year. If Liam Cohen didn't awkwardly say Duval the way he did at his opening press conference, he would be coach of the year. But we were too busy dunking on him, rightfully so, because it was super awkward. If we weren't dunking on him for so long, he would be coach of the year. Instead, it's going to go to Ben Johnson.
I do think if they get the 1 seed, voters are going to have to
Consider
reconsider
him, yeah,
that for
for
sure.
sure.
For sure. All right, number 4.
Just so you know, in case my silence wasn't obvious enough, no, I don't know any of the wide receivers on the Jacksonville Jaguars.
That makes you normal. Nobody knows any Jacksonville Jaguars.
What number are we on?
Number 4.
Okay, hold on. Let me go back to my list. So I still got the Rams out here. I still got the Broncos out here. I still have the Patriots, but I think the Patriots are higher. So I'm going to go with the Rams here at 4.
Broncos at 4. Broncos lost. They just got boat raced by the Jags at home. And they're going to be 2 spots ahead?
I told you I had a lot of problems with this list.
Wait, so who is 4?
New England Patriots.
Oh, come on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Interesting.
Again, you look at the AFC. New England, is that a team
Okay,
that you
hold
like?
on. I'm trying to figure out, does that mean that they just don't respect the Ravens at all? Like that they think that them beating the Ravens is like, yeah, but the Ravens, as you mentioned, Gabe, and as we've been talking about because they're the Packers' opponent this weekend, are just not that good.
Maybe. Because, again, the Broncos got boat raced at home by the number 5 team.
All I'm telling you is all of the hype that went into that matchup.
Oh, yeah.
You would think that they would have been rewarded more greatly for beating the Ravens.
I would agree. One of these teams won this past week. One of these teams lost this past week, and they have the exact same record. So I would have thought that the Broncos would have been 4 and the Pats been 3. But I'm guessing they're flipping, so the Broncos have to be 3.
The Ravens, by the way, before we get to that, 18th on this list. They're 7-8.
Yeah, they're below 500.
Kind of over. Number 3, you wanted Denver?
Yeah, Broncos are 3.
Nailed it. Yep.
I didn't even guess.
He took it. We can give you number 2. Our good pal Sarah Barshop wrote the wrote the little blurb here. Well, I guess I just gave it away.
Yeah, you
Crap.
did.
You did.
She has bounced around to a couple NFL teams. It could be.
She's the
been
Rams.
in LA for a while.
She's definitely the Rams.
It used to be Houston. I don't know if Houston's
Which
gonna
is
be that high.
fine because I don't think the Rams are the number 1 team in the league anymore, but I actually still thought it was the New England Patriots. I don't know how you're punishing the Patriots for winning.
They lost the Bills a couple weeks ago, so that's why they're kind of down there because their winning streak came to an end at the hands of the Bills. So Seattle's won.
Seattle's won. The number 1 power ranked team in the NFL is led by Sam Darnold.
Which is fine. Again, I'm not out on Sam Darnold the way that Gabe is. Gabe thinks he's so fluky and inconsistent, probably because the numbers indicate that.
He's just big game, shows up. Guess who pees down his leg?
But he played a big game against the Rams. That was a big game.
If they don't get a punt, again, you want to talk about fluky? Getting a punt return and a touchdown and 3 2-point conversions. Like, he played bad. They were down 16 points halfway through the fourth quarter. Like, they should have lost that game, and he did not play well for the first 3.5 quarters. And suddenly he did show up then for the final half quarter. I still do not believe in Sam Darnold in a big game. Put pressure on that guy, and he is going to fold.
If you say so. I still like Sam Darnold.
He's a fun story. I can like him.
Let me ask you a question. If Sam Darnold is still in a Minnesota Vikings uniform, how much more intimidating is that team? How much more intimidating is Week 18 matchup?
I think that was definitely a mistake by Minnesota to let him go and go with JJ, obviously. The scariest part about Seattle is having to go to Seattle in January because the combo of the weather and that fan base and that defense should scare the bejesus out of any team in the NFC. That's the scariest part.
They've lost twice at home. Like, their home record actually isn't as good as you think this year. It's crazy. It doesn't make sense.
Maybe it's just Packers PTSD. I've just got Seahawks.
I think that's certainly part of it. But I remember the first time I saw that, like, wait, they have a better road record than a home record.
Well,
this year?
and the
How is
number
this
of
possible?
times that people mentioned Seattle in the last few days because they thought they were eerily similar the way that game went in 2014 to the way that the Bears game went. Maybe that's playing a role in some of your Seattle spookiness. Take a break here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Still a lot of stuff to get to as the show rolls on. I want to tell you guys about my friends over at AccuTrans because I use AccuTrans for all of my private transportation. You guys know that when our high school football team went to state, we used AccuTrans to get all the parents up to Green Bay for that game. Now, it didn't go the way that they wanted it to go, but the transportation was exceptional, and that's what you will get if you use AccuTrans for any of your corporate travel, weddings, holiday events. Any booking is easy, safe, and dependable. Just visit their website. It's AccuTransGroup.com. That's AccuTransGroup.com. There you can get a quote. You can book a reservation today, and you can tell them that Jen from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy sent you because they will give you reliable and safe transportation that I use over and over again.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
Okay, still looking relatively good out there. They have been able to reopen Highway 100 southbound between Oklahoma Avenue and Beloit Road, so that's good news. Westbound 94 backing up right through the stadium interchange to about Mitchell Boulevard. Northbound is slowing down just as you're getting to the Burla area. But other than that, the other directions, all the other roadways looking really good. Traffic is brought to you by Fisco Auto Body. Call Fisco Auto Body to help with all body repair needs. Fisco, Fisco, Fisco. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, mostly sunny, a high of 42. Tonight, increasing clouds, a low of 29. Weather is brought to you by Infinity Exteriors, dedicated to saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Mother Nature can be unpredictable. Your roof siding and windows shouldn't be. We install peace of mind with transparency and quality guaranteed. Visit infinityexteriors.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Game Night Show for Events by Design. Events like appreciation parties and retreats can go a long way towards boosting morale and retaining top talent. Events by Design is your go-to creative partner for employee events that truly make an impact. They help leaders retain top talent by making their people feel seen, valued, and celebrated. The creative team at Events by Design does all the planning and production, making sure things not only look great, but also work. Make a smart investment in your culture today. Search online, Events by Design. They design, you party.
Retail stores may be easy to shop at, but nothing beats a gift that lasts. Give the gift of basketball with Precision Sports Services. Get 10% off any basketball hoop and installation package now through the new year. Premium products, professional in-house installation. Visit PrecisionSportsServicesOnline.com and make your holidays a slam dunk.
It's Jason Wilde from Wilde & Tausch. Upgrade your industrial supply services with Lakeland Supply, your trusted ISO certified partner for custom packaging, shipping supplies, janitorial, and safety supply solutions. With over 40 years of industry excellence, Lakeland Supply is a proven one-stop source with over 95% of their products made in the U.S., and they treat their customers like family. Personalized service with a national reach. That's what Lakeland Supply does. Visit LakelandSupply.com to discover how they can make your business better.
This college football season, show your school spirit every time you pay. Introducing college-branded Venmo debit cards. Rep your team on and off the field with custom school designs that let everyone know who you root for. Whether you're tailgating, grabbing snacks for the watch party, or celebrating a win, you can unlock 15% cash back at ESPN, 1 free year of Perplexity Pro, and more. This college football season, score more with the Venmo debit card. Get yours now in the Venmo app. Learn more at venmo.com/collegecard.
Max cashback varies. Terms apply. The Venmo MasterCard is issued by the Bancorp Bank, N.A.
Getting more as a MyLowe's Pro Rewards member is easier than ever with the Lowe's app. Download it today and earn 500 points the first time you log in. Plus, your digital wallet helps you scan, save, earn, and access what you need to manage it all in one place. Download the Lowe's app and take advantage of your Pro benefits today. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid 12/1/25 to 1/7/26. Offer valid for first login per organization only. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Additional restrictions apply. Visit Lowe's.com/terms for more details. Subject to change.
Host an unforgettable outing and create special memories with your crew at a Milwaukee Bucks game. Groups of 10 or more can score ticket savings, block seating, and take part in special activities on game days. Showcase your team's talents on center court, score a high five from the pros, and more. There are great options for groups of all sizes. Start planning your ultimate Bucks basketball game day experience today at bucks.com/groups. That's bucks.com/groups.
My name is Rob, and I was seriously injured. When I think of Gruber Law Offices, I think of an honest, hardworking team who will fight to represent you. Couldn't be happier with the call that I made that day.
Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
You're listening to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
What do we do? Where do we go from here?
We've talked about insulation, we've talked about fantasy camp, and now we've talked about Burning Man. We've hit for the cycle in the first 5 minutes of the show.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Have you guys been over to St. Kate, the Arts Hotel, recently? What a great spot they are, especially during the holidays. On the second floor, you can find the studio kitchen and cocktails. That's Milwaukee's destination for bold flavors, fresh sushi, seasonal entrees, and cocktails crafted with care. Start your day with breakfast. It'll fuel you. Then stop in for dinner that will spark conversation, or linger late into the evening with drinks designed to inspire. Flavors and drinks for every mood. The studio is the perfect place to gather, celebrate, and connect. Be boldly social at the Studio Kitchen and Cocktails, now on the second floor of St. Kate, the Arts Hotel. No Papa Roach, huh?
It seemed a little harsh.
Was it?
I listened to it. Do you guys want to listen to it?
This is my last resort.
Morning drive.
Yeah.
People are
suffocation. No, what do you mean? No, what do you mean? Harsh?
I don't understand.
Yeah, I threw it in Q, and I was like, maybe not. We'll stick with Huey Lewis.
Do we like Huey Lewis? I was thinking about this the other day. I was like, I love that we started the Huey Lewis Tuesdays, the Hughes days, if you will. But then I wondered if it was time to move on to something else. No? You guys are good with it?
I'm good with Huey Lewis.
What about another guy with a name or girl with a name that rhymes with Tuesday? Like Bruce Springsteen. You got Bruise Days. I don't know. Like, come up with something for 26.
I actually thought you were going to be empty-handed there.
Yeah,
I was like, does
I'm
he really?
empty-handed. I can't think of anything
He really
else.
have something else that rhymes with Tuesday?
That's all I got now.
Bruce Springsteen. Bruise Day. All right. No, Hughes is good. I like it.
Okay, we'll stick with it.
Talking about the Bears. We're not talking about the Bears. We're moving on to the Ravens. We've been talking about the matchup that they have and talking about some of the injuries. Look, it is a weird day. I know a lot of people are heading into their holidays and will be turning their attention towards that. But because the Packers played on Saturday and Matt LaFleur spoke on Sunday and they did nothing yesterday, as Jason told us earlier today, Gabe, we don't have a lot of answers about what this team is going to look like when they do take the field on Saturday against the Ravens.
And I guess I'm not that surprised when Jason told us they're just doing a walkthrough today. Even if quarterbacks are completely healthy, a lot of times this late in the season, one of your regular practice days just becomes a walkthrough day anyway because everybody's beat up. It's a long season. And, yeah, they've got to do something to try to figure out what the heck they're going to do at the quarterback position. Get into the facility today, go through your walkthrough, and figure out, okay, how close is Jordan? What's the shoulder injury like now for Malik that he's been able to kind of rest on it the last couple of days and start formulating your plan of what – because the other thing is, and while I enjoy having Malik come off the bench and you have a different type of quarterback that can throw defenses for a loop as your backup – Matt LaFleur is going to have obviously two different game plans if Jordan's playing versus if Malik's playing. So that he's got to start figuring that out so he knows what portion of the playbook he's diving into for either one of his two quarterbacks.
And that obviously is a huge topic of conversation, but I want to flip to the other side of the ball as well and talk about the defense. We were not sure how this defense would respond with Micah Parsons being out with the injury, and that puts a lot of onus, a lot of responsibility on Rashawn Gary, who, by the way, it seemed like he was getting pressure. It seemed like he was at least getting in the face of Caleb Williams on Saturday. Maybe not to the extent that you would like him to, but he seemed like he was in there mixing it up. But then I saw a video that was circulating on social media, and it was referencing him being a jogger, and he's always been a bit of a jogger. But then there were questions about, is he 100% healthy? Gabe, when you watch Rashawn Gary out there, has it ever occurred to you, have you ever been tweaked by, he's not the guy he once was? Is it lingering from the knee injury? What is your reaction? What is your assessment right now of where Rashawn Gary is?
It's just what Rashawn does. He doesn't, when the play and he doesn't have the opportunity to get there, he's going to turn it off and he's going to kind of coast in. And yeah, I know you can't get to the quarterback and cut him off, but if you trail the play and somebody stands up that player, whether it's the running back, whether it's the quarterback, you might be able to pop the ball out and force a fumble. We've seen that in the league how many times this year, where somebody who's pursuing behind is able to come in and get that hit that jars the ball loose. Instead, well, I can't get him. Somebody else will do it. But that's been going on all season.
I can hear frustration in your voice, though. Or resignation, maybe.
Yeah, no, it's more resignation. That's just who Rashawn is. That's just who Rashawn Gary is. If he can't make the play, he is going to not give the full effort to try to catch up to the play. Whereas, again, you see Micah Parsons with it all the time. Micah's flying around the field trying to make stuff happen, and Rashawn just, there he goes. Nothing I can do. I'm just not that fast. He's not. Like, I'm not saying, but if you pursue behind the play, again, you're not playing 80% of the snaps, man. Like Matt LaFleur told us, you've never been a high snap count guy. We then all did the research. You're not a high snap count guy. Why you can't give full effort every time you're out there, even if it is just, running behind the play, just in case something happens. 99% of the time, yeah, Rashawn's probably right. Something's not going to happen. But that 1%, which when we talk about NFL games, the margins are where you win so many of these games. That one time can flip the game in your favor. And it's stuff like that, the play that's been circulated, which was play 4 of the game, by the way. It's not like we were deep in the game and, okay, he's a little gassed. It's stuff like that I think makes him a candidate to not be a part of this team next year. It's not the lack of production, 8 straight games now without a sack. It's the lack of effort to me at times that you go, man, we can just get somebody who exudes more effort for a lot less, and we can give the money we're giving him to some of these other guys that we think are good young players and should be here long term.
And I guess to reflect some of the frustration from Packers fans, it's fine if that's, to your point, who he is, what he's always demonstrated. But when you lose a guy like Micah Parsons, your responsibility is amplified. Your responsibility goes up. And all of a sudden, things that you may have done that have gotten you through the league, you may have to add on to. Your plate may get a little fuller. And so I think that's where people are going, we don't have Micah Parsons. We need more of an effort from a guy like Rashawn Gary, who is expected to be a leader on this defense, who has to be a leader on this defense.
Who said all the right things going into the game after Micah got hurt, by the way, as well. Because he said all the right things about how everybody's got to, and he did also say, I'm just going to do my 111th, but everybody's got to do their 111th. But he was saying a lot of the right things going into that game as well. Understanding that he thinks he's this great player. Okay, well, guess what great players do? They give more effort on that play in particular. I don't think I've seen that out of again, I don't watch every single Browns play. See that out of Myles Garrett. That's a big dude who's trying to chase down and lumber down, try to chase down guys from behind. But Myles Garrett is about to break the sack record because he also, not only is he that gifted and good, he's also got that hustle behind him. It's the same. We've seen that with Micah all season long. First guy ever to have 12 or more sacks in his first 5 seasons in the NFL. And yeah, a lot of times he gets the sack because he's just that much better than the guy around him. But every once in a while he gets a sack because he's hustling on the backside of a play. And he's an athletic freak that can chase down some of these quarterbacks, but he still exudes that hustle that ends up making a play that, again, it's 1% of the time, but it ends up making a play that can flip a game.
Brian, are you okay with the effort that you're seeing from Rashawn Gary at this point in the season, given the circumstances of losing Micah Parsons and what that means for his role on this team?
Of course not. Now, I did see the clip that you two were talking about, and it did look like, if you want to give him the benefit of the doubt, he looked like a guy who might be dealing with a lower back something, right? Like that's how I run when I'm stiff after a marathon. It's like I can't walk anymore, so my lower back locks up.
Are you hula hooping back there in the production?
I got the skating little chair.
All right.
So if you want to give him the benefit of the doubt, maybe he's injured and it's just not injured, but hurting. But he did look like he was lollygagging. Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts. So if you want to view it positively, maybe he's injured and just doing his best to soldier through. If you're, of Gabe's volition, this is a classic case of I had my big season, I got paid, and I'm putting it on coast.
I feel like Rashawn, while he doesn't talk to the media often, I feel like if Rashawn was dealing with something like that, he would let people know. It just seems that that's his type of personality. Well, I haven't had a sack in 8 weeks because my back's been bothering me, but I'm still going out there to soldier through. Like, I feel he would let people know that was the issue. 'Cause the Packers are also a team that lists just about everyone. If you stub your toe,
yes, you're on the injury
up in
report
the morning before you head to the facility. Well, we had to put Jaden Reed. He slipped coming out of the shower today, so we think he's going to be fine, but he's on the injury report. The Packers' injury list is the most extensive in the league, and I firmly believe if he was actually dealing with something, it would show up on the injury
highly
report.
Unlikely that he would be the one guy that they go, no, we're not going to put what you're dealing with on the list.
That's pretty damning when you juxtapose that clip of what seemingly looks like him lollygagging at the end of a play with him from last year, I think against the Jaguars game, where he was doing like Allen Iverson crossovers before the snap. And, just getting no pressure at all. Like, dude, just do your job. What is happening here?
Is the writing on the wall with his relationship with the Packers? We talked about this earlier this year when Kingsley was all of a sudden out snapping him. And we were like, hey, what's going on? Maybe we even alluded to, maybe there's an injury that we don't know about there that is contributing to that difference between the snap counts. But it does feel like, and maybe he reads the writing on the wall and says, again, I don't know. This is information we don't have. But that image, that video that has been circulating on social media has definitely caused reaction amongst Packers fans. And a lot of them were saying, loafer, lollygagging, don't need this. He needs to step up. Micah Parsons is out, and this is what we're getting from Rashawn Gary. It was sort of a litany of that from that clip.
If Rashawn Gary was performing the way he was in the first half of the season when he led the league with 7.5 sacks, I think it would have been an interesting debate. Man, we're paying this guy a lot of money, but we're also paying Mike a lot of money. We want to sign extensions to guys like Tucker Kraft, and where are we going to get that money from? And I don't think it's much of a debate anymore. I just don't think it can be. I mean, he hasn't had a sack, and that's what you get paid for. I know Jeff Hafley wants to defend that he plays the run well, and he does all these different things well against the run. But the reason why he get paid that kind of money is to get after the quarterback, because that's the play that can change the game. So for him to be out there, and he, let's see. So Engabari had the most snaps at that position, played 67% of the time. Rashawn Gary played 58% of the time. at defensive end. Lucas Van Ness had 26 snaps, all the way down to Brenton Cox, who had 18 snaps. So he's not even getting the most snaps now when he is your top defensive end. I just can't imagine with the production that they're getting out of him. They're going to look at that money that they can save by cutting him and going, that's money we can allocate better elsewhere on this team because we've got guys that are coming up that we want to pay.
More to get to here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Guys, I'm telling you, if you're making plans to propose to that special someone in your life, the Jewelry Center is the only place to go for that ring. They're the best place to shop for diamond engagement rings in Milwaukee for a reason. It's what I did. And the reason why they're the best is the team. Whether you go into Brookfield, Greenfield, or in Burlington, you are going to find a helpful team that wants to make that dream ring become a reality, whether it's a naturally grown diamond, a lab-grown diamond. Whatever you're in the market for when it comes to that engagement ring, the Jewelry Center has you covered. If you have an idea, if you don't, go to our Pinterest page, bring those ideas in. The Jewelry Center is always going to be there to help you out. Greenfield, Brookfield, or in Burlington. Check them out online as well. Shop TJC.com.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN. The best source for every piece of NFL news you need to know.
I would just say that right now I think all options are on the table. I think that they went through that trade thing and they talked to teams, and it's not like those talks are shut down.
ESPN NFL insider Adam Schefter is on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy every Wednesday morning at 7:30. Sponsored by Island Resort and Casino, Tony Wendorf and Associates, and Smart 18 Union. On 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app. This season, the Bucks are going for it all.
A game winner for the Greek Freak.
Go inside the team's pursuit of a championship on Locked In, the new season of the Behind the Bucks podcast. Narrated by Bucks legend Marcus Johnson. Hear from the team stars on why they think they can make history. It's all on Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the new ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Change your grocery game plan to locally owned Century Foods, home of the best meat, freshest produce, and tastiest treats.
And free groceries.
Okay, just calm down. We'll get to that later.
Stay tuned in right here to score free groceries.
Stop, please.
Okay, I'm shutting up. My lip is zipped.
Let's get to this week's specials at Century Foods.
Now through Wednesday, save on 10 to 20 count selected varieties, hefty storage or freezer bags, 2 for $4. 8 to 13.1 ounce selected varieties, Old Dutch Crunch, Ripple, Potato, or Tortilla chips, 2 for $5.50. 24.5 ounce selected varieties, Welch's Sparkling Juice, $3.49. 12 to 36 count selected varieties, Rhodes Dinner or Cinnamon Rolls, $3.99.
And now time for the big reveal. Free groceries.
2 over the top. Forget it. I'll handle the rest. Enter to win $500 worth of free groceries on Century's Facebook or Instagram by December 31st.
Now, we all experience daily struggles, and with so many concerns to be conscious of, breathing should not be one of them. Mark Tauscher here for Advent, and if you're like me and have had snoring issues, sinus problems, or difficulty breathing, then you'll want to meet the team at Advent. The team of Advent specialists have a few simple steps to help evaluate your individual limitations and get you back to breathing well. Since Advent addressed my snoring and nasal breathing issues, I feel great. I've never slept better, and my wife Sarah is incredibly appreciative. The team of Advent specialists listened to my struggles, found the best solution for me, and customized it to my needs. Take my word for it and go to adventknows.com to learn more about simple solutions to snoring, sleep apnea, and nasal breathing problems. And schedule your appointment today, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better.
Can you feel it? It's the thrill of witnessing a walk-off grand slam, a game-winning touchdown, a buzzer-beating 3. Yeah, you know the feeling. And there's only one place to experience that raw exhilaration. Potawatomi Sportsbook. Catch all the action in a supreme space with dozens of sports betting kiosks, cool drinks, luxe seating, great food, fiery atmosphere, and a monster video wall. Become a legend at Potawatomi Sportsbook. More info online. Must be 21 to enter casino.
Whether you're hitting the road for the holidays or heading up north to see family and friends, make Higher Love Cannabis Company in Menominee, Michigan your first stop. Just across the Wisconsin border, Higher Love offers award-winning, organically grown products that you can trust, plus new incense, apparel, and holiday-ready gifts. Fuel your trip, stock up for the season, and don't forget to grab a photo with Sasquatch while you're here. Your perfect holiday stop is waiting at findhigherlove.com/CBD.
It's Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Have you never had a good pie?
I've had fine pies. You get no pie.
Right now, yeah.
I mean, it seems that way anyway. But if we get him on those dating sites, it feels like maybe he could.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Here we go.
When a trophy is raised, it can feel like the season is over, but on the ESPN app, it never really is, because with more than 47,000 live events, plus originals, highlights, and coverage from every corner of the sports world, there is always something to dive into. There's no off-season, of course, just everything a fan needs to keep going. Always in season. Get all of ESPN all in one place. Download the ESPN app on your TV or phone today. Ryan from McGuanago weighing in on the Carbless Talking text line 800-990-3776. He says, happy holidays to you, Gabe, Jen, and Brian on Wisconsin.
Sure.
I thought you were going to go.
I mean, we don't have a whole lot of legs to stand on as Marquette
100%.
alums right now.
Yeah, we are all the Marquette folks in here.
Jeff
we
Goodman tweeted the other day that Marquette has the third lowest net ranking of any Power 5 school in the country right now. So I still believe in Shaka in that program, but yeah, as far as Ryan goes, we didn't have a lot to talk about.
Yeah, I'm not doing this today. Okay, I'm leaving in a merry mood and a festive mood. Talking about Marquette is not the way to accomplish that.
And they've got 10 days to retool here. Hopefully, by the 30th, things are going to start looking a little bit better.
We're a 2026 team.
Yikes. Are you guys willing to at least try the experiment with me of Merry?
Absolutely not.
Come on, I think we could get this thing going. Merry birthday. Merry Thanksgiving.
So our next opportunity would be Merry New Year.
Correct. Let's try it. I'm just going to say it to people and see what they do.
I'm out. I don't want to stop and have conversations with people while I'm saying Merry New Year. It doesn't seem like
you
an
have to have a
effective use
conversation.
of
Just
time.
go, you like it, huh? You
I'm
like
good with it. Jen, can you at your family gatherings around New Year's, if you're at a party, maybe you go to Potawatomi for a New Year's party, have somebody just kind of film you doing it.
Yes.
We can splice the clips together and
100%.
see how it goes.
Yeah, just see what people's reactions are. Maybe someone just follows me around with a video camera.
They're going to think you're drunk.
But I'm not drunk.
But they're going to think you are.
Well, again, doesn't affect me in the slightest. Your opinion of me has nothing to do with me. Or what is it? It's none of my business. There it is. I got to get off the YouTube stream.
Not a lot of good opinions there of anybody, really.
We should put it on the poll, though. If someone said Merry New Year to you, would you look at them strangely?
Yes. As Homer used to say, that's going to be a new male. Better 98%.
You think 98% of people are going to say they would look at me strangely?
Yes.
Yes.
I just think you should try it. Mix it up a little, you know?
One of those rare things that can unify Twitter, kind of like Jake Paul getting knocked out on Friday, unified everybody. Everybody was rooting for it.
I didn't realize that.
Oh,
That's...
everybody was rooting for it, and then it happened.
All right, well, that's good to know also. All right, thanks for hanging out with us this morning, guys. Have a very Merry Christmas, a very Happy New Year. We will see you guys on the other side. Be safe out there, and we'll see you very soon.
Okay, well, westbound on 94, just a teeny bit heavy right through the stadium interchange. But that's pretty much it. By the time you get past Mitchell Boulevard, you are good to go into Waukesha and Points West.